Julie recap front and center because I'm about to clock your tea real fast. I keep telling you, don't come for me unless I send for you, Buki. And clearly you have comprehension issues. So let's watch your video and let me clock your tea real quick.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard faked her paternity test. This is video number 2 of clearing up that rumor. But first, here's one of the reasons that rumor got started in the first place.
Y'all, I went down this deep hole to figure out what was going on. So this is DDC Diagnostic Center. So I said, where in Louisiana is a location? But it's in Ohio. But I also looked up what is a sample of this test. This would be a sample of the test from there.
And hence, I keep your face
sample.
visible because
Why
it's
does
not really
it
much
not
to
look
look
like a
at.
sample? And I also called, and they said that the sample is the standard test, the way it would look. So is Gyp lying?
Okay, let's try and clear all this up. So the first thing that she said is that this company, the DDC, is not located in New Orleans in Louisiana. Now, that's absolutely true. The DDC is not located in New Orleans. However, the Fastest Labs location is. And this is what Gypsy tagged in the post with the DNA write-up.
Yes, ma'ams, you said I started that rumor. Let me clock something real quick because you say you do recaps. And I would assume that means you do your research, but clearly you don't. I can tell that. But let's just spin the block on something really quick. This is a follower of mine that reached out and told me about this paternity test. And I told her I was unsure in the beginning, and I want to show you guys the receipts. So this follower sent me a picture, and I said, I saw this, but the only way we would 100% know is if they told us. She said, why would they do the DNA test in Ohio listed? And I said, if that's where the lab is, the company's lab could be there. And she said, so like they had a sample sent to Ohio kind of deal. I'm honestly leaning towards Bree making the papers up. She photoshops all the time and has stated so. Yes, and we know this, right? So we know that they've all lied before, and that would be a reason why people aren't really trusting. I said, yes, or the company is based in Ohio with locations there. She goes, I don't know. It sounds like a good theory that people would roll with. I told her I would need to be sold on the proof. Otherwise, we'll just sound crazy by just speculating. That's when I called, and they said they had no record of that, and that was not the way their lab results looked. Okay. Now, regardless, it says DDC. So if it's their lab results, it would still look like their lab results, correct? Okay. Now, Julie, for some reason, I'm the only creator you come for. And I wonder why. You've never actually mentioned that Gypsy and Bree have made racist pages of me of blackface and dolphins and huge lips and all types of things. You've never addressed that. You've never done a video on the racism, have you? But you will always come for me, and you come for no other creators. Now, I was not the first person to post this at all. I was actually the very last person because I was hesitant and I had to do my due diligence, okay? But you don't know that because you haven't done your research. You just go off of whatever Gypsy says. And you've always supported Gypsy, and even her infidelity with her husband. You try to say that you don't, but you have, right? And do you remember a couple of days before Gypsy left her husband, you said that we were all crazy and their marriage was going great and we were just speculating and blah, 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 blah. And then on the day that you found out that Gypsy left her husband, you did a post saying they called it quits. Girl, I had said they were going to call it quits. It was getting ready to happen. I already knew that. But you said that everybody that was saying that, they were wrong. Right? Okay. So every time you've tried to come for me, I have been on your neck. And for some reason, you keep trying to come for me. Why? Why? I would love to know, what's the difference between me and the rest of these creators? Say it with your chest, okay? And if you're a woman enough to use my content, but you hide my face because I'm the prettiest thing on the page and it's not you, is that why, Bookie? Is that why? You can't have all that beauty on your page because of who you are? Okay, let's talk about it. Because if you're going to go there, Bookie, let's go there. Okay? And I said what I said. I'm not taking nothing back. Okay? Now, also, it's really interesting, and I think that one should note that you've always supported this woman that unalived her mom, right? She's came out and she's been very scandalous. She said she doesn't identify as an unaliver when she has. She is still trying to coerce the man that she used to unalive her mom. This man has autism, a low IQ, and other mental health issues that was collecting a permanent disability check, but yet for some reason you still side with Gypsy. You don't advocate for anything, right? But Gypsy said she was going to advocate. You don't say, Gypsy, you haven't advocated. You said you were going to do that. You don't speak about anything like that on your page. The things that people should know, you don't speak on. But when it comes to coming for a Black creator, you do. How about you really speak about the racism that these people have subjected me to? You want the receipts? Let's do that. Blackface. And you're going to say, oh, Gypsy has nothing to do with that. Well, let me show you the receipts for that as well. This was Gypsy's page. And this was who she was following. Why don't you address things like that on your page? Why? Why are you always coming for me? You don't go for anyone else. No one else but me. Why? Why is that, Julie? Why? Tell me. Tell me. Because the last time you came for me, I clocked your tea. And baby, I'ma clock your tea every time you come for me. Okay? Again, I will say this to you one last time. Baby, don't come for me unless I send for you, because you're nobody to try to come for me. I said what I said, Bookie.